Krishna ji, other members of the RWA governing body, respected fellow authors, publishers, literary agents, other distinguished guests, and my beloved book lovers. I welcome you all to this first edition of Pioneer Spring Literature Festival, as also the Pioneer Literature Awards. I also thank Pioneer Park Residents Welfare Association, with whom we are hosting this event. The Pioneer Book Lovers Club is hosting this event today. We are also streaming live this opening ceremony and subsequently part of the events as also the Literature Awards on the Facebook and Instagram pages of Pioneer Book Lovers Club. So those who have not been able to attend, please join online. At the outset, I would like to mention that we are making an effort to make our society plastic free. We decided not to use plastic disposables during the festival. We also decided not to use plastic water bottles. The water available in the jugs on the campus outside is RO water and safe for drinking. We also did not use, in fact, you would have noticed that we have also not used plastic name tags for the festival. Plastic covers for the name tags. So I use this forum to make an appeal to one and all, whether they are here present physically or watching us live on our pages. Say no to plastic. Please help us in preserving our environment for the generations to come. Now, coming back to Pioneer Spring Literature Festival and the Pioneer Literature Awards. So I would just like to give you a brief introduction of how this concept came about. You know, it was sometime in September 2023, just a few months back, not even 6 months, that I was having lunch with a dear friend, Amitabh Chaudhary. And I had been thinking about it for quite some time, and so I asked him. I have been thinking of organizing a literature awards at a festival at the community level. And he immediately jumped at the idea. In fact, Amitabh Chaudhary was also living in our society. Now they shifted a little away from here, but he is still here and he would also be joining us. And so he jumped at the idea. But then I told him that look, if you organize any such thing, it's going to cost money. He said, don't worry. He immediately said, named a figure that I will give you this much. I also had kept aside some amount for this initiative. And our seed money was there, and it was no longer an idea. So it had to be, we could then move forward. Then I went back to the members of our Pioneer Book Lovers Club, and they also jumped at the idea. They said, why not? It's such a fantastic idea. And they started coming forward with contributions. Somebody gave, whatever amounts they gave, they started coming up, and we were able to generate quite a bit of funds. We are, we are still short slightly, but we came up with a lot of funds to start the process. And so now we had to go ahead. So now we needed a place to host the event. I spoke to another dear friend, Sanjay, sitting here. In fact, he and I started this Pioneer Book Lovers Club, and he is now the secretary of the RWA. I asked him that, could we have the hall for this event? He also said, yeah, why not? It's such a good idea. But then obviously he had to go back to the governing body and speak to them, and they were most enthusiastic in giving us this space. And so here we are today. Here I am also standing before you and hosted this event. Basically, Pioneer Book Lovers Club, as I said, it's a fledgling club. It was started sometime in 2019, if I am not mistaken, and the idea was to inculcate the habit of literature amongst people. youngsters as well as the not so young now, and that was the idea with which we had initiated this now. We also started a Rashmi Sureshi who just sang the beautiful Saraswati Matna. She was one of the persons there. And so she started a final library. And the library is very simple. Anybody and everybody can donate books here. And every Saturday and Sunday, the books are put up outside for display. Anybody can come, pick up a book, and then return. And so that's the library. Once again, the idea is to inculcate the habit of reading and writing amongst the residents of the community. But then I was still hesitant. It's a major responsibility, and it took me about a month, I would say, to actually just plunge into it. And so that's why we announced the Literature Award sometime in September or October. The closing date as 30th November. And it was a surprise to me. I started receiving books by ones and twos, and soon the entries had become a deluge. I did not know what to do. I was marking all the books and then making an entry, sending out emails to the authors that thank you very much, they received your entry. It was wonderful. And we wanted these awards to be different. There was no entry fee, there were no processing charges, there were no hidden costs to the authors. We wanted our awards to be different than many literature awards currently going around, whether online or offline. We wanted these awards to be different, and they coveted and much sought after awards in the years to come. That was the entire idea, that they should be coveted and sought after in the years to come. People should recognize these awards as something prestigious. Now, the juries were also from amongst the leaders of the community, the jury members. And in fact, as I started sending books to these jury members, and then they had thought that maybe there will be 5 or 6 books, but then as the books started increasing, they also did not know what to do. I mean, they also said, how can we read so many books? But then they handed their belts and they did a wonderful job, I would say. We had said that we would be announcing the results by middle of January. We were delayed by a fortnight, but by end of January, we were able to announce the short list. And so here I am standing before you today. That I am standing before you today is a testimony to the ardent passion of all the members of our book club towards the cause. So today, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the authors who sent in their entries, the authors who were shortlisted, and the authors who took time out to be here with us, and the publishers and literary agents who are here today to motivate us. Some of them will be joining later in the day or towards the afternoon. And I also give my sincere thanks to all the jury members, and I am grateful to the most enthusiastic members of Pioneer Book Club. And lastly, but no less, I am honored by the presence of all the literature lovers who are present today, who have joined us today to listen to the authors, click selfies with them, to honor them. So as I mentioned, the festival is unique in many ways. It's a pan-India literature festival and literature awards organized by a group of book lovers of a newly formed club, and it is a feat probably not attempted anywhere else in India. At least I am not aware of it. If you are, please do let me know. Please correct me. So I hope that other societies, such residential societies in India, are also inspired by our festival to announce their own literary awards, literature awards, and festivals to promote literature and book reading habits within the community. I and members of our book club will be more than happy to share our experiences with others. We can also look at possible collaborations with societies and other cities to organize such literature festivals jointly with them. Going forward, I quote, or I misquote from a very famous speech, we too have dreams. So, we will introduce more genres for the literature awards. We are also thinking of introducing a category for regional language in the awards. We also have more plans to promote literature. We will invite published authors to meet the book lovers during our monthly physical meetups. In times to come, we will even consider assisting authors as beta readers, offer editorial services, proofreading, act as literary agents, assist with book distribution, and offer services related to book to screen adaptations. In fact, another dear friend, Chandra has already approached me, who's also here today, that why not we attempt something like this, and yeah, we'll be discussing that, Shankarji, and let's work on this. So, I would also like to extend my gratitude to the members of CPI who are our facilities management company for the society. Their help has been invaluable. As also Whiplash Events who helped us with part of the logistics. In fact, they have also organized a Valentine festival outside which has good stalls. And I would suggest, please do visit the other event also with your Valentine or without the Valentine or thinking about your Valentine. Invited authors and our guests, as I mentioned earlier also, this is the first edition of the Literature Festival, Final Spring Literature Festival, as also the Final Literature Awards. So please forgive us if there are any shortcomings. And please do give us your valuable feedback so that we can